Hi, it's Jack again with my Girard tankless water heater. I've been reading a lot of problems that people are having with these heaters, and they're not getting consistent hot water, or they're not getting a good shower out of it. So I thought I'd just go through a little bit about how we make ours work, because it does work very, very well for us. In the beginning, it did not. It came with a setting of 115, which is the stock factory setting, and trying to mix cold water into it, it was always a problem getting the temperature just right for us. And so after some research, I found out that if you would set this at a comfortable setting, and then just use the hot water, don't use cold water at all, just use the hot water, and you can actually control the temperature a little bit, a couple degrees up or down, by just turning the hot water faucet down for hotter and up for colder. And I'll explain that a little bit later. The flow across the burner. I believe that Girard specs the premium flow from 1 gallon to 1.4 gallons per minute. The minimum flow is 0.7 gallons, so that's about 3/4 of a gallon of water. The unit will shut itself off if it doesn't have at least 0.7 gallons. So that could be your problem if you're not getting hot water, is your pump just isn't pushing enough pressure and enough flow across the burner. It also could be that little filter screen right down there is clogged up. You can turn off your pump. Don't be hooked up to city water either, and you can unscrew that filter screen and clean that out, make sure. And the shower head doesn't have an aerator, but if you're having a problem at your kitchen sink or bathroom sink, it could be the aerators are clogged up. But anyway, we just set the temperature of what is going to be comfortable, and that will change because we always use the water in our fresh water tank. We don't hook up to the city water. I use the fresh water tank in the pump for all our water needs. It's just easier for us. And if it's a really, really hot day out there, I may lower this down to maybe 99 degrees. Because the water in the tank is hot to start with, so this burner does not have to be as hot. If it's a real cold day, I've taken it up to about 106 degrees. Normally, average days I'll run about 103, 104 degrees on the temperature here. And then we only use the hot water faucet. We don't use the cold water faucet. And sometimes I'll be in there and maybe I've set it a little bit wrong, and I have to yell at my wife to turn it down and turn it up out of here. But I wish they would have made this unit waterproof. That could actually have gone right in there in the shower wall. It would have been so much easier. Just turn on the hot water, adjust the temperature, and I may end up doing that someday, just building a little waterproof case for this thing and sticking it on the wall in there. Anyway, let's continue and see what happens. The reason for the bucket here is that I'm going to test the flow first of the hot water. Get it running on full blast here. How it would be if you were taking a shower. And I'm going to start my little timer. I'm going to fill up a half a gallon, which is what this container holds. That is a half a gallon right there. And it took 23 seconds, 23.36. That's 46, 47, about 47 seconds. Now that's with the stock head that comes with the motorhome. I'm going to change heads and try that one more time. Okay, I'm going to try a different setting on this stock head. It's seems like a little lower flow. So we'll get it started again on that lower flow and start. And right there. That took 24.73, 25 seconds. So that's running 50 seconds to fill it up. So that's a little slower flow. All right, I have the shower head switched over to the aftermarket shower head that we got from Camping World, and we like this one a lot better. I don't know if the flow rate's any different, but we're going to find out. So I'm going to turn this on, get this running again. And we'll start it. Okay, 23.55, 24. So that's running 48. I think the other one is running somewhere around 50 seconds per gallon. So if I'm running 50 seconds per gallon, you can see I'm getting a better flow out of this shower head than I did out of the other one for the same gallon usage. So that's why we like it better. But back to the point, I'm running a little over a gallon a minute. If it's 50 seconds per gallon, 60 seconds would be a little bit over that. So I've got the right flow for the Girard to be working well. Anyway, I'm going to run this up to about 104 and turn on the hot water and show you what happens when I do. The first thing that comes on is the water flow. That's that little shower head. Next thing comes on is the blower fan in the water heater. And the third thing is it lights, and that's what that flame right there is. Temperature showing you that it's going up right now, 97, 101, 102. There's 104. Shut it off. The water flow went off, the flame went out, and the fan will be the last thing that goes off, and eventually it'll go off. Anyway, that's how that works. So I'm going to turn this on as though we would normally be taking a shower. And we'll see what happens to the temperature here. You can see it's starting to go up. 82. That's getting warm. I got the pump pulsing a little bit, so I'm going to turn it up just a little more. Now we're up to 89, 90. It's actually warm enough to take a shower in just a few seconds. I'm sure my little experiment here with the cup is taking a little while longer to get up to speed. 103, so it's coming pretty close to that 104 that's on the control panel. 103.3 looks like where it's going to stay at. Now, if I turn this up full blast, there it is on full blast, it'll come down a little bit in temperature. And that's because there's more water flowing across the burner. So I was up to 103.3, and now you can see I'm down to 101.5. So it's a couple degrees difference. And those couple degrees can make a difference in comfort while you're taking a shower. Okay, as you saw, when I turned the water faucet, just the hot side, all the way up, there was more flow going across the burner, and so the temperature actually came down. If you have the hot water turned down as low as possible, there's less water flow going across the burner, so the temperature actually rises up to where it should be at that 104 that I had it set at. So it's just the opposite of what you think. Now I'm going to try the kitchen faucet, because it does have an aerator on it, and if that aerator gets clogged up, you're going to get less of a flow, so that could be a problem why you're not getting hot water to your kitchen. Let's give this a whirl and see what we come up with. Okay, I'm going to start this now, hopefully at the same time. There we go. There's the full flow going. Water heater did just kick on. I heard it. Just about full there. There it is. 24.65. So it's running about 50. So I'm still getting over a gallon a minute out of the kitchen faucet. So that's why that's working well. Okay, just to recap. We know that the water flow has to be between 1 and 1.4 gallons per minute in order for the Girard water heater to work well. 0.7 is the absolute minimum that it'll run at. We only use the hot water after we've set the control panel to a temperature that's comfortable. We don't use the cold water at all. We only use the hot water. We have a little bit of a heat adjustment by turning it up all the way for cooler, turning it down just to where the pump isn't pulsating for the warmest. If you do those things, it should be working fine for you. If it's not, it could be that your filters are clogged up, you're not getting the flow. It could be your pump's out of adjustment, or it could be you have a faulty pump. Anyway, I hope this helps you a little bit. Thank you for watching.